Yo, what's up, guys? Let's see what we have today on NQ. I think Finn's gonna join later in the stream. He forgot the clocks went back. But right now, I think we can still get a bit of upside on NQ. We're currently holding this SMT with ES. I still think we close in this gap though. I would run a run minimum back to 50%, like right here. Would be ideal. Let's see what ES is up to. ES looks the strongest out of the three, I think. Well, I think we'll be able to get the push. Yo, Gideon, you're on time. How are you doing? Very good. I'm looking at NQ's price action right now. I don't see much that's coming from this. Quite tired of this as well. The up and down move. But if you guys have been in the streams for like, I don't know, the past 5 months or 4 months, like I've been screaming for these lower prices since we've been here in maybe even December time. I've been looking for NQ to trade lower. We finally did, but we have this gap that we've left, so I'm more than expecting us to trade back into here, close this gap in, and then continue on our travels. I really want 19k on the indices. If we get it, if we don't, whatever would be a nice little target though. Today's so early. It's 9 a.m. Eastern. We normally stream at 9 a.m. now. The clocks went back, so the open is an hour ahead wherever you live in the world. Like the easiest way to combat this is just keep your trading view on New York time, right? So whatever the time is on New York, you just change your time zone to that. And then you can kind of be with the right timing. And it's also easier to navigate everything, you know, you're not worried about what's going to happen every time the clocks go forward and back. It's only going to last a week though. Or 2, I can't remember. How was the weekend? It was pretty good. Yeah, bro, it's daylight saving time. Yo, what's up? How you doing? I'm looking at these candles as well. They look like they don't want to move. If we actually look back to around 5 a.m., these were the wicks. This market's definitely waiting for the open or for something to come out from it. Pretty boring open so far, though. So let's see. My bias is bullish for today. I'd want something like this. Maybe we take out the low to go higher. The only way I would short is if we take out this high and we take out the highs above the range. If not, then I'd just remain with a bullish bias, but normally I would be bearish all the way down to here. I just want to see a fill of this gap, to be honest. Like maybe we run the low for us to long up. Probably the best scenarios. Good morning. Morning. On BTC, I mean, anything with a futures contract, you can trade it. Like the ranges aren't like a strategy. It's more of a process that the market follows like near enough every day. So like this taking the low and to the high is just an area of orders pairing, you know. Sellers below here, orders are getting paired above the high. That's where the sell side orders get paired with the buy side. That's why we come back into the range like the easiest way I can say it. But Bitcoin's pretty good because it has a futures contract. Any market with a futures contract is controlled and manipulated. So if it's controlled and manipulated, we can make money with it. No, I hope we don't just run to the upside straight away. I mean, if we run to the upside, then my bias will be more so bearish. Like going up to here. The stop loss can get taken, then the real. I mean, that's trading. But you got to be able to handle the first loss. If you take a loss, you can re-enter a position. But if you take multiple losses, then you're most likely wrong, right? Like, I don't care if we take out the high. I take a loss shorting, still try and short again. I think it was like a stream on Wednesday. Someone was like, "Oh, I'm bullish." I can't care less if the market goes higher. If my model tells me to short, I'm still going to short the market. Filled on minis, yeah, I'm watching it on micros. I want to see micros push into the highs. I think we will get these highs. For me, like, this void has to get filled. Mini's got a portion of it. Mostly want to see all of it filled. I think would be ideal. Like, I would have liked the longs, only if we took out these lows. Then we could have had an M15 run back below this gap. But if it just pushes to the upside, then the only option I'm left with is to try and short, which I don't really want to do just yet. So I might just leave out today. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. We hit 5K, so we have to run a giveaway. We're going to run it on Friday or during the week. What was I going to do here? Yeah, pretty crazy. So I'll have to run something pretty big on that. Finn, he'll be back. I think he might be joining later. He got confused because we had daylight savings time change, so he thought the open was like an hour later. I did take a piece on gold longs this morning though. I was watching NQ, but I really didn't like the price action. More so, it lent towards being bullish, and I missed these shorts. I think a few people called these shorts right below here. I mean, that's a 50-point short. You can't complain about that. Then when ES makes the SMT, either you hit break even or a loss. But the later it gets, into like 4 a.m., it's usually not likely to deliver. And then all the signs pushing towards the upside. We're still getting bullish signs. So this is what I had on gold. The micro gold. When we took out this low, got to close above, I was like, I'll try a long. Took a long from here. I just got out up there. Not bad. You guys want to see my trading stats for March? I'm actually on a heater, Let me show you guys. March has been pretty good to me. Okay. This is my March so far. I'm up 36 bands. Trading my ranges and whatnot. Tuesday was a pretty big day. This was because I copy traded with most of my bigger accounts. Thursday was a good day, and then Friday as well. Didn't trade the Wednesday or the Monday. Today we just had gold. So I've pretty much shared all of my trading stats for the past 7 to 8 months. I don't think there's many other traders really even sharing anything. And if you've been joining these streams, you've kind of seen my bias unfold for the months to come. Like, even with the NQ downside, we called it a few months back, actually, not too long ago. And I believe the daylight savings goes back to normal on the 28th. Gold was actually good today, yeah. Break even, I'll move to break even whenever I get a chance. So like this was today, we take out the high. Once we close below, I might short below here. And then if this is the position, say it's running in profit up to here, I will move to break even because it makes sense. The market should take out this low. We make a bullish SMT, so it can come back in, hit that. I don't mind that. So you're always moving to break even at logical areas. Usually where we are invalidating, where we use invalidation areas as validation, right? So what can help support this market to the upside? What can invalidate a short? This bullish SMT can invalidate a short. So if we close below this, it makes sense to roll to break even because the market should trade lower. This holds, okay, I can move to break even or I can close for a profit. Those are the two ways, but no one ever really went broke taking profit, you know? That's the best way to look at it. You're the GOAT? No, you're the GOAT, Gideon. That is you. But hopefully we get a nice trade out of today. I do want to trade New York, my favorite session. But London's just been a bit better lately. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm trying to sign into my TradeAway right now. I don't know why it's not letting me. Is TradeAway down? Surely not. Surely not, we're down. Why can I not log in? What the heck's going on? Trade could be down, I feel like, right now. Yeah, you can't log in. Alright, I don't know why I can't log into TradeAway. London high, I mean, I can't short right here anyway. I think it goes a bit higher though. Maybe even to like 24,859. German 40, I don't. I trade mainly futures. I don't trade forex or CFDs. Finally, I'm back into TradeAway. Oh, you're in? I'm in now. I couldn't log into my account. Yeah, so like today, I think we run this high. And then I don't know where I want to short. I still think it might run a bit higher, like 24,661. Then we can see from there. That's all I want. Actually, I might not even trade this. Anyone called? No, bro. We don't long. We only short. We don't buy around here. But oil was good though. I think we spoke about it. When did we speak about it? I think it was like a month ago, right? Speaking about tensions rising. It's probably the only thing that'll move oil out of this consolidation. Finally moving, I mean, 2009 highs has potential, but it's finally moving out of this chop that it's been for since 2022. So oil's really been waiting for something like this to happen. Usually the market tells you what's going to happen before it even happens, right? So like whenever major currencies consolidate, US indexes consolidate, it's always a sign of something is going to happen. And involving all these countries, you know, Trump's not an idiot. He does know what to do and how to make money. Like starting conflict with, well, whatever's going on with Iran right now, and the conflict between the Middle East, and having oil supply from Venezuela. You know, it's when you really look into things, and then the markets, you're like, wow, these guys are pretty smart. But the markets really told us something was going to happen before it even did, right? Oil, usually if it consolidates that long, something is brewing. Same with Nasdaq, like it's been stuck within here for a while, and any little tension that comes in, it starts to move, but eventually it just crawls back into its safe space. I don't think it wants to move just yet. Like you got to think of it as the high and the low of the market's already made before the market even starts printing for the day. Some of you still think some people still think that the market just thinks, okay, I've traded down to here, I feel like making the low. Like the market really doesn't trade, like it doesn't work like that. Specific highs and lows are already being made within the market. Same with major events that are going to take place. Everything happens very strategically. Chart is not clear. It looks pretty clear to me. I'm not sure. Maybe try changing your resolutions to like 1080p. Or it's because I'm zoomed out. I'm only zoomed out because I want to see the new week opening gap. Like this high and 50%. Where would we get a long in? Where should I? Yeah, that's a good example. Euro 2008. The Swissy getting depegged. It got depegged for a reason, you know, it went into a minus. It absolutely shit the bed. But currencies as a whole, they are heavily backed by economical data, right? They're not going to move because a fair value gap gets filled in. It's crazy. It's very ignorant to think like the market only moves like that. It doesn't. It might only move like that to you because you've only just been introduced to stuff like this, right? Like currencies, they are all moving backed off the data of the country, right? And that's pretty much the reason why they consolidate for most of the year round. Currency trading, to be profitable, is mainly for swing trading or like holding for a few days. Index futures, you can somewhat trade on the lower time frame. It's very easy to do that because the volatility is there for 930 and all you need is like 50 points. Euro somewhat will most likely consolidate for a while, and the better moves are always on the higher time frame for those currencies. Gold and silver, actually, what was I looking at? I was actually thinking maybe we don't take out the high on gold and silver, and we make the high of the year right now, and we just push the markets lower. That's a very optimistic way to think, but it's not something that I've completely ignored, you know. I still think we could just make the high and then be done with it. So yeah, this is the high made at 530. We should absolutely smoke that high to the open. I don't know where I want to short. I don't think I want to short today. Today's a rare day that I feel like being a bull. Let's see, we got a minute till this open. Oh, this RTH gap is pretty bearish. Oh no, it's a bullish gap actually. I would expect more upside, honestly. Seeing if it takes out this high. Yes, hasn't run yet. We should take it out though pretty soon. Then dump. Yeah, I mean, I'm still pretty bullish. Maybe getting back up to like 24,660s. There's that high I was saying that we should take. I don't know if I want to short purple berry. And I'm always the guy who wants to short every day. I would have loved these longs if it took this low though. They were so free. Now I'm stuck with shorts. So I still think we fill minimum to like 24,556. If we fill that, then we can short. Model does say short. Well, it doesn't mean you have to take a trade, right? The only way to not lose in day trading is by not taking a trade. Like, that's the only way. So, like, I'm sure I shared my calendar before, right? Like, these days I didn't trade. If I traded, I'm more than certain I would have taken a loss. All right, let's see. This 5 minute, I don't want to see it close above this high if we're shorting this. If it closes above, then we have these higher targets. At this point, short to go home. Yeah, I like that mindset. It's like going to the casino, you know, and just saying one more round, I'm going to make it back. It's like that meme, actually. Let me find the meme. Never stop digging, because you're going to eventually hit gold or diamonds. Most people always give up when they're so close to hitting the diamonds. See how gold's looking. Oh, actually, gold could be setting up nicely for some upside. All right, are we gonna short NQ? Let's see what it looks like. Oh, sell the house. Sell the house type of day. No, I'm joking. Yes, it's still weak. Dow's weak. They're all in sync, actually. I want to see what NQ does coming out of this gap. This 50% is not holding. Would love the downside to these lows. What is that? Like a quick... It's like 100 points. Gold looks the best though, right? Pushing into here, but I'm not going to get an entry on that. Let's see what NQ does. If we're bearish, we don't hold this gap, so I want to see a close. Are you trading oil, Albert? That's your market now? You moved away from NQ. All right, we're still holding this gap. I'm trying to see if ES is weaker, you know, to try and get in a short. Maybe ES could be better. Couple monitors. I always flick through. I have this like 49-inch. I just flicked through gold. Gold was good. I saw it here, but it just instant rockets. I think it does push, get the high. It was good this morning as well. That's why I took the trade on compared to NQ, but hopefully we can get a 50-point short. That's why I'm just flicking through NQ and ES. I just want to see one of them be weak because NQ is still holding this gap, right? So I don't want to short right there. Especially with the upside still being left. And then we get our 50 points to the lows and we're done out of here. Oh yes, this is what we like. See, we got 30 seconds to the close of that. SMT, yeah, I see it with the S. Also, I like this 5-minute close. This 5-minute didn't close above here, so come on. All I need is just a push to this low, right? Get us 50 points, and then we can be in and out of here. I mean, yeah, if you keep digging, all right, there's no way we trade back to this high. If we trade back to this high, then we'll end the stream if it does that. I just want to see ES and ES remain a bit weaker just to push NQ back down to these lows. Yeah, it gave the 4. It was like, you need to get in. Come on, NQ. If you keep digging, you will find gold. That's why you should never give up. That's the real casino mindset. You should always look at trading the same way as a homeless person would look at drugs, you know? If they don't have money to buy drugs, they figure out a way. Same way you guys can. If you don't have money to buy an eval, you should figure it out, you know, $30. That's the best analogy we can do. All right, ES is pushing. Where am I getting in on this though? I feel like we should be able to keep this as a high short term just to run these lows. If we run back to that high, then that's ridiculous. We should get these lows at a minimum. Oh, yes. That's why I was watching ES is so weak, but come on, NQ should be able to get that final push. I'm in from this candle. Holy, this entry is so bad. Up there with top 10 worst of my entries. Slow, bro. It's actually decently moving. I'm hoping for that final low though. All I want is a quick 30 points, you know. I wish I took a yes. That was way better. I'm looking at it. This one. That's good entry. I say we roll to break even if this candle closes bearish. Thoughts, BD Rocky? I might roll to break even, bro. Yeah, I say we roll this to break even. So now either we hit TP or we don't lose anything. What are you saying? We get out at 349s? I say 349s is a good one. This is where my break even is. 24,421. And this is where my TP is. This line and this line. So either way we hit. Well, honestly, this is going to be up there with one of the worst entries I've ever had. Yeah, because you see now we meet the break even, because if it pushes higher, then I'm happy with taking a break even because it's better than a loss. ES took out the lows, by the way. Okay, let's hit the TP, please. Please. I need this. It's a shame because ES was so much better, and I was watching ES. My entry was actually even framed on ES as well, but holy. All right, we got 2 minutes for this 15-minute. I'm hoping we do push to the downside and take this final low out. This has been very annoying though because ES took it, but as long as this next ES candle's bearish, we should be able to get that blast through this low. All right, I'm actually going to TP, guys. I'm not sitting through this for it to reverse. I'm up decent amounts here. I took profit out of this. I still think we blast through the low, but I don't want to sit through it, you know. I'd rather take my money and get out, especially because of ES. I mean, I have some less things to think about. But if you're holding, I'm hoping it does blast through that low. It should, as long as ES stays weak, right? And this next 15. And then we're good. My entry was literally here. My stop was here. I would have preferred it up here, but I was waiting for this gap, you know. As I said, if we close below, we got that short in the bag. That I got out of this candle because I didn't like the way we started to push, especially with ES already taking the lows. And that's about it. It's a pretty decent day. Full P is going to run the low now. Because you took TP, they're like, okay, they're both out, so let's run the low now. There we go, we got the low. All right, that's a job done for today. So, I mean, I think most of you know how I trade. Most of you are actually getting pretty good at trading, which is good. Like, you already like, are we bullish or are we bearish? But there we go. So we take out the high of the range, target the low. That's what we wanted. Or either we take out the low, target the high. Two things, two scenarios. Well done. It's okay, bro. At least you took profits, right? Oh, Joe, you take them? Nah, this is kind of your trade as well. I thought you would have taken. I just joined. Yeah, I took a short. Actually, my entry was kind of late today. because I didn't want to short up here. I just wanted to see if we trade below that gap, and then I missed it here and I just shorted the next candle with a stop above here. I rolled it pretty aggressive today though, because I don't know, I didn't want to. Yeah, it might be my contract. I had You guys want to see the P&L I had today though? It's pretty good P&L of those shorts. Let me try and airdrop it. But the thing is, the volatility is crazy. I didn't even get it. I took 3 micros, I think, today. And I still made a decent amount. Actually, it was 5. But that's why we got out of the low. We can do whatever now. This is what we did today. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it? I don't think it's zoomed in. No, it's not zooming in. That is a decent show out of today, but I don't know what else we get. I think for the rest of the day we could be bullish. Like, I think that's as much as the bears will be happy. I think the bulls might take control pretty soon. I want them to, actually. I want them to ram me up a bit higher so I have a premium to short from rest of the week. SMT indicator, I got this made right now. There's some free ones that are pretty good, but this one, I don't sell indicators. I just build them for myself to trade. Maybe if you guys really want me to sell an indicator, I will. I didn't come up with the time-based range. It's just the way the market books price. It's a beautiful sign. Holy, yes, is so weak right now, bro. I'm watching ES because I really like this downside move it's given. But if we're out, we're out. You know, we made our money. Can't complain about this. Thank you so much. Nice. Good stuff, man. Go lower. It should go lower. But I'm done out of this. The bear in me can't handle the rest of today. Well, I actually got out before the low even got taken. I still kind of feel like the bulls might take charge. I hope they leave this low, because this low, I want to short it from up here. And I have a personal account that's loaded with 15K. I'm going to full port the 15K, which is not financial advice. I will be doing it. So either we turn that 15K into a billion, or we lose it. It's the only two ways to go about it. Hey, what took the short? I think a few people took the shorts. And usually I'm on the M5. Today I was on the M1. I was only on the M1 because I wanted to be in and out. So Friday, we're going to run a big giveaway. For Friday's giveaway, I'm going to give away Finn. So one of you guys is going to be lucky enough to have Finn. I know who's watching this stream and he's going to be like, what the fuck? That's what the winner's going to get. The winner's going to get a Finn. Yeah. Because we hit such a big milestone. And when we get 10K subs, we're going to give away Gideon. And when we hit 15K subs, I'm going to give away Matt Loba. So we have some big things coming ahead. No, I'm not giving myself away. Yeah, if we hit 100K subs, then I'll give myself away. But some of you guys are pretty dodgy, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to be giving away to one of you guys. Like the winner could be someone weird, you know, like Gideon. You never know. Dodgy. I think Ryan took these shorts. Let me see. I would call him, but he doesn't pick up my calls anymore. He thinks he's too famous for me. But if I did FaceTime him right now, he would pick up because I know he took that short. How do top traders maintain psychological? To be honest, like maintaining a funded account only comes from building a buffer. You can't maintain a funded account without a buffer. Like it's really hard because the 2K of drawdown you get, it's very small because you could take a few losses and it adds up and then the account is pretty much gone. So what I would always recommend, if the account has no consistency rule, you have to build up the buffer. Like you have to capitalize on the days and then build them all up together over time. So I think like 3 to 4 winning days that can get you to a 53K buffer really helps because you can take a 1K payout, although you're still at 52K when you take out the 1K payout, you can still build on from that, like get the account to like 54K. So you're just basically compounding 1K every time until you get moved to live. And then you put 15K into a personal account and full port it. Was Ryan? No, Ryan's not my student now. I don't claim him. I think I'm gonna go to the driving range today, guys. So do we call this stream earlier? We got what we wanted. Do any of you guys play golf? Golf is one of those sports, if you're not good at it, it's not that fun. Yeah, only play golf if... Actually, go to the driving range rather than play actual courses and then move on to playing on a course. No, brother, we play cricket. We. Bro, speaking for everyone. I guarantee Gideon doesn't play cricket. All right, let's do the word. We have 2 winners, right? Like this stream, send it to like everyone in your family, like teach them all about time-based ranges. And they'll be like, whoa, how did you learn this wizardry? And then they can all start joining the streams, and then we'll hit 10K subs out of nowhere. So that's the plan. Word of the day has to be W's. And you guys can just... Actually, no, let's do TBR. That's a good one. Purple berry. The word is TB. Oh. You guys got to spell it right, like this. It's 3 words. All right, never should have done. And you can enter more than once. Just spam it. Then we can kind of have loads of you guys in there. Makes it easier. All right. Let's pick the winner. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I pick a winner twice and then you can't get an account because you've already won an account. So I need to pick someone new that's never won an account. I'm just going to pick with... All right, I got 1 winner at Sam. And then I got a 2nd winner at Purple Berry. All right, Friday, guys, we're doing a huge giveaway. Remember to participate in that. I'm giving away Finn because we hit 5K subs. But hopefully you enjoyed. You never win, bro. I'll try and get you everybody an account, you know. Everyone will win a free account, you know. But hopefully you win something on Wednesday. Matt will be live tomorrow. And you enjoyed the stream, got exactly what we wanted. I think for the rest of the day, they don't run this low. Hopefully they leave it for me, for them to push it to the upside and take out some of these gaps. But yeah, well done to those that won the account. We'll be back on Wednesday. So enjoy the rest of your day.